everyone! Welcome back to Everyday English Tales.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really getting into something fundamental, the weekday routine. What makes modern professional life tick.
Yeah, we looked at a few sources. One detailed schedule from someone, let's call her Jessie, and then, well, our own routines as sort of comparison points.
Right. And the mission is to see these not just as diaries, but like data maps.
Mm-hmm.
What are the key actions, the timings of verbs that define a typical work week?
Exactly. We're trying to pull out that underlying structure. What's the scaffolding look like? What can you learn from it for your own day?
Okay, let's jump in. Section 1, the morning blueprint. This is basically 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. for Jessie. It's that essential shift from sleep to, well, getting ready for work.
And it starts with a constraint, right? The alarm's at 6 a.m. She says she doesn't like it, but her job starts early, so that's the anchor.
That 6 a.m. dictates everything after it, doesn't it?
Pretty much. And the sequence is really about efficiency. Get out of bed, bathroom, brush teeth, wash face.
She mentioned that washing her face thing that makes her feel more awake.
Yeah, it's a small thing, but interesting, isn't it? Like a little physical trick to kickstart the brain.
Then comes the big one for many people.
Yeah.
Coffee. She says she loves it.
Mm-hmm. And while it's brewing, that's when the modern ritual kicks in. Checking the phone.
Oh, yeah. Messages, emails, maybe quick social media scroll.
And this is where you have to ask, okay, is this efficient use of waiting time, or is it maybe a bit of a trap?
How so?
Well, you're potentially letting work stress or notifications seep in at 6:15 a.m. before you're even properly dressed or had breakfast. It might be efficient on the surface, but could add cognitive load super early.
That's a really good point. Proactive versus reactive. Okay, so after coffee starts brewing and the phone check happens, getting dressed.
Yep, and again, simplicity, pants and a shirt, basic stuff. It seems like she's minimizing decisions, saving that brain power.
Right, decision fatigue is real.
Mm-hmm.
And breakfast follows that pattern too.
Totally. Toast, butter, jam, coffee, sometimes fruit. It's quick, repeatable. That whole first hour looks very automated. Get the necessary stuff done without too much thought.
Okay, so that takes us up to 7 a.m. Now the transition to work itself and the main part of the day.
Right. So 7 a.m., she's heading out, takes the bus.
And the commute is about 30 minutes.
Yeah, around 30 minutes. And she uses that time listening to music or a podcast.
Right, using that dead time.
Yeah.
We called it productivity gapping, filling the gap usefully.
Exactly. It's not wasted time. It's either mental prep or maybe winding down a bit before the day truly hits. She gets to the office around 7:30.
Work starts 7:45. And first thing.
Like almost everyone, it seems, checking emails. Then it's into the main tasks, lots of computer time.
Until the midpoint marker, lunch, 12 p.m. noon.
And she usually brings lunch, right? Sandwich or salad. Again, simple. Avoids decision fatigue during the workday.
But it's not just about the food, is it? She mentions eating with coworkers.
Yeah, that's key. She says, we talk and laugh, makes the day more fun. It's not just refueling, it's like a deliberate social recharge.
Connecting with people.
Yeah.
Important for getting through the day.
Definitely. Breaks up the intensity, then it's back to work, more computer stuff, maybe some meetings.
And her day wraps up fairly early, 4:30 p.m.
Which is significant. Finishing at 4:30 really shapes the evening differently than, say, finishing at 6:00.
It gives her more time for that evening transition, which is our next section.
Exactly, the wind down phase.
And she takes the bus back, gets home around 5 p.m., and the first thing she does is stop.
Yeah. She just relaxes for a bit, sits on the sofa, maybe watches some TV, reads a book.
We call that behavioral disconnection.
Yeah.
Like physically signaling that work is over.
It's super important for actually switching off, You need that clear break.
Then, after that pause, it shifts to home stuff. Dinner prep around 6:30 p.m.
Right. And she mentions she enjoys cooking, tries new recipes sometimes, so it's not just a chore, maybe a bit of a creative outlet, too.
Could be. But then comes the part she explicitly calls not so fun.
Ah, yes. The dishes. The unavoidable domestic cost.
Yeah, gotta be done, right? It's in every routine we looked at. Some form of cleanup.
It's part of maintaining the base, basically. Okay, so after dishes.
It seems to be about connection or personal time. Family time, watching a movie, talking, sometimes a light walk.
Nice. Active choices for social and physical well-being. And then the final steps before bed.
A pre-bed routine, shower, then reading a book for a bit.
Classic wind down. Reading is great for that low stimulation, helps quiet the mind.
And the target bedtime is around 10:30 p.m.
Aiming for that crucial 7 to 8 hours of sleep. You see the whole day from 6 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. It's this managed cycle. Maximize daytime work by prioritizing nighttime recovery.
Okay, so that's Jesse's structure. Now, the really interesting part is comparing it. How does this stack up against, well, our routines? Where's the universal stuff?
Right. Let's look at the functions. We all wake up early for work, even if we start a bit later, like around 7:0. But the sequence.
It's almost identical, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting up, hygiene, coffee.
Exactly. And that coffee brewing phone check, we both admitted to that too, right?
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
Yeah. It feels like making use of that waiting time, getting a jump on things.
Even if, as we said, it might bite back later with distraction, but it shows that universal pull towards integrating communication constantly.
What about the differences? Breakfast was one.
Yeah, minor variations, but the strategy is the same. Jesse's toast is super simple. I go for yogurt and fruit. Maybe for more protein, you do toast eggs or cereal.
But it's all quick, repeatable, provides fuel without fuss.
Precisely. Same goal, slightly different tactics based on preference.
Commute times varied too. Jesse's 30 means on the bus. I drive 25 means you drive 15.
But again, look at the function. We're all using that time, right? Podcasts, music, audiobooks. It's productivity gapping in action, whatever the mode of transport.
Although her longer commute maybe forces her morning to be even more efficient before leaving the house.
That's a good point. A shorter drive might allow a slightly slower pace before 7 a.m. than she can afford starting at 6:0 for a 7.0 departure.
And workflow. Pretty much a match. Emails first, then deep computer work. Though my workday ends a bit later, 5.0 or 5.30, compared to her 4.0.
And that difference, that 60-90 minutes, it really squeezes your evening decompression time, doesn't it?
It definitely feels that way sometimes, which makes it even more interesting
that we all prioritize that immediate post-work relaxation, that behavioral disconnection.
Yeah. Sitting down, changing, pausing, it seems non-negotiable regardless of when you finish work. It's like a mandatory reset button.
Absolutely. And the dinner timing is pretty consistent too, 6:0 to 7 p.m. We all like cooking, but also admit to ordering out sometimes when tired. Shows that negotiation between the ideal plan and reality.
And the dishes.
Yeah.
Inescapable for all of us. That unavoidable domestic cost strikes again around 7 or 8.
Confirms that routine isn't just about work, it's about managing the home base for work.
And finally, the wind-down routines are similar too. Showering, reading, or audiobooks.
That pre-sleep ritual. And we all aim for the same sleep goal. 7-8 hours, bedtime around 10:30, 11:00. It's the necessary recharge.
So when you pull it all together, decoding Jesse's routine gives us this incredibly clear, almost universal structure for a professional weekday.
Yeah, the specific actions might vary slightly, the commute might differ, but the core anchors, the wake-up sequence, the midday break, the post-work decompression, the wind down, the sleep goal, and the time markers like 6 a.m., noon, 4:30, 10:30 p.m., they're remarkably consistent.
And understanding that framework gives you, the listener, clear benchmarks to think about your own day, right? How you manage your energy, use those transition times.
Exactly. It provides a tested structure. Okay, so to wrap up, here's something for you to think about.
A final provocative thought.
Yeah. Jessie mentioned her weekend routine is very different and more relaxed. So the question for you is this. If the weekday system seems to require certain things for optimal function, like that 7-8 hour sleep, simple breakfasts, maybe reading before bed, how much of that is truly necessary biologically or for efficiency?
And how much is just habit that you carry over even when you don't have to, like on a Saturday?
Right. What parts of that necessary weekday structure, maybe the early wake up, the coffee ritual, the specific sleep duration, do you consciously ditch on the weekend when you have the choice?
And what happens when you do? Especially thinking about Sunday night, maybe. How does relaxing the structure impact getting ready for Monday again? Something to consider as you look at the scaffolding of your own week.